Good evening, viewers, and welcome to the Teen Talk Show with Dr. Seena Devar, founder ACE Academy. Today, we are very happy and proud to have with us a pretty young lady from Dubai, Tanmay Manjunath.
Hello,
Welcome,
mom.
Tanmay.
Hello, mom. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you doing, Tanmay?
I'm great. I hope you're doing great as well.
Yes, the same here. Tanmay, are you excited to be on our show today?
Yes, I'm very excited and very grateful for the opportunity to be on your show.
Yes. And I'm sure you'll make the best of the opportunity, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
Tanmay, our viewers are very eager to know about you. So, can you introduce yourself to our viewers, please?
So, hello everyone. My name is Tanmay Manjunath. I've spent most of my life in Bangalore, where I studied in Bolton Girls High School. And a little over 5 years ago, I moved to Dubai and studied in GEMS Heritage for 2 years. And currently, I'm studying in DPS Dubai in 10th grade. I enjoy reading, watching movies, watching shows, singing, and listening to music. I was in a choir for around 7 years, and I particularly enjoy music from the band Queen and Louis Capaldi. I enjoy traveling a lot. I've been to quite a few places in India, and a few years back, I visited Azerbaijan and Bali, which I quite enjoyed. And a little thing about me is that I'm completely terrified of needles.
No. Okay. That's something really interesting.
Yes.
Okay. That's it?
So that's all there is about me.
Okay, that's really wonderful to know you, Tanmay. And Tanmay, now we begin with the critical round. Okay.
Hmm.
Tanmay, I'm sure you have friends here in India too.
Yes.
Yeah, a lot of friends in India. As
Hmm.
as well as that, you have friends in Dubai too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is the major difference that you see between the Dubai NRI kids and Indian kids? What's the major difference?
Um, as such, when I talk to both of them, there's no actual difference because right now we make it a point to stay connected and know about things happening. However, there's always like um the conversations we have would be slightly different. Like with my friends here, it would probably be more about, I don't know, pop culture, and with my friends from India, it's more like we talk about books and about our childhood memories because I go there like once a year or once in 2 years. So there's a little bit of cultural diversity because over here, since we've immigrated, we've picked up things like from Dubai and other cultural, and we live in a very diverse place. So our slangs are slightly different from those of my friends in India. So I think that's the only major difference. They're really amazing people I know from both the places.
Yeah, that's true. Which culture do you like the most?
I enjoy both of them because it's like a breath of fresh air when I
So
go
you
back to
you
India.
blend with both the cultures. You blend with,
Yes.
yeah, both the society here, in India too, as well as in Dubai. You blend along.
Yeah, I personally believe that I need to stay rooted because
Yeah.
I am from India. So when
Yeah.
I go there, it's just like I get along easy because I feel like I've never left there. However, over here when I come, I've learned a lot of new things. I have like the culture over here is very bright as well, so it was easy to pick up on. I quite enjoy both.
Do kids over there love Indian culture?
Yes,
They
all
love.
of my friends. Yes.
Okay, that's beautiful. That's really nice. And when I ask you about teenage issues, okay, what is
Hmm.
the first issue that crosses your mind as a teenager?
Um. Okay. As teenagers, we as a generation are like in the spotlight, like especially for me, I'm in 10th grade. So we have that tendency to, because of the pressure, we get really anxious, which is the most thing. And it need not even be the pressure from the people around us. We tend to be very hard on ourselves. that it is for the better to some extent, but the major problem of this generation is that we put a lot on ourselves, and sometimes it's not always that great. We end up causing more problems for ourselves because of our expectations.
Yeah. This you are talking this about anxiety issues that the teenagers go through. Yes.
Mhm.
Is it related only to academics, or blending between the traditional culture and modernization? Is that also a pressure on teenagers?
Yes, honestly, let's just say that when someone from India comes over here, I didn't have necessarily a major problem, but then there were things like you had to completely leave and then try to blend in with a new set of people. And even when it's just like changing to schools, picking up the mechanisms, and sometimes you may not always immediately fit in. So that causes us to kind of morph ourselves to, blend in, and that
Yeah.
causes a lot of anxiety. It's not very great.
It's a stress on the kids,
Hmm.
it's a stress on both the sides. And even
Yes.
academic issues, children get anxious about academic issues. What do
Mm-hmm.
you think is the difference between the academic culture in India, education in India, and Dubai?
I have uh, been in Indian schools, even in Dubai, so I don't see much of a difference. However, in India, it was more pen and paper based. Like a teacher would come into class and write on the whiteboard. But over here, it was more like they show us presentations, and we have Kahoot and quizzes.
Yeah.
So these new methods which are introduced over here is different from there. So I think that's the only major difference. We have great teachers in both the places.
Okay, great. Tanmay, I like one thing about you is your positivity.
Thank you
You,
so much.
yeah, you really balance things and you really know how to put things positively. That's something worth appreciable.
Thank you so
All
much.
of them don't have this quality, especially youngsters miss out on this, but you are doing it wonderfully. Hats off to you.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Really sweet.
Yeah. Tanmay, um, I will put you into different situation. You need to analyze and tell me how would you react to that particular situation.
Hmm.
I'm sure you know about. You are very much aware of eve teasing that happens, which is quite obvious during this stage. Does this eve teasing affect you to a greater extent? It
Pardon?
can be eve teasing,
Huh?
the eve tease. So like teasing, the boys teasing the
Yeah,
girls.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
right. So like does it affect you a lot? Does it affect the girls? Or like especially you are going to school every day, like you're traveling, and even some boys frequently attack you or tease you. How does this affect your mental health?
Honestly, it has a very negative impact, and this makes you feel very insecure about yourself. It need not be like in a particular situation. When you get out of the house, you have to look at every single detail, and it's not, do I like wearing this? It's, am I safe wearing this?
Oh,
We've reached a point where eve teasing has taken away a very important part of us, which is our freedom. And um it's like you can't trust people because of eve teasing. It's like when you are with, they might be a very genuine person, but then you're still not safe because you don't feel secure. And eve teasing like impacts you in a very negative and dark way mentally, and it takes you to a point where there's no return.
yeah.
So you start noticing every small thing, including like a very minute detail.
Yes,
It's
absolutely.
completely takes over your life.
You have put across such a valid point, Tanmay. Really, and this, like many don't understand this point that eve teasing. Some of the boys do it for fun. Okay,
Hmm.
it's just for fun. Like they are just teasing their group of boys, but they do not understand the impact that it can create on the mind of a young girl, isn't it?
Honestly, amongst teenagers, like at the very start, it's more like it's a joke, or like they don't really get the impact it has. So I think us girls, when you see a friend of yours, they probably aren't even noticing that they're doing it. Sometimes it might just be subconscious. So at that time I think it's very important that you stop right there and tell them that, stop doing it. It's making me very uncomfortable, and it's just not right.
Yeah.
So unless you take a stand, you can't stop it.
Yes, absolutely. And if it gets severe, I think you should get it to the notice of your parents or your elders at home. Do you do that?
Personally, I've been very lucky to have not gone through any of
Okay.
these experiences. But I think the first thing I would do is like ask them to not do it, and then
Yeah.
come home and inform an authority if it continues. Because if it's a very continuous process, then you just need to know when to go to a person and take a more firmer measure.
Yeah. Absolutely. Tanmay, I'm sure you hear of so many rape cases happening in India, okay? In India and all over
Mm-hmm.
the world, and especially in India, every single day, I think so. After every single day, say after every 3 minutes, one girl is being raped. So,
Mm-hmm.
where do you think the problem really lies? It is an education system, is it the upbringing, or the society's outlook? What is that that changes the mentality of the boys here?
I think it's all three. I'm gonna like we have come to a stage where the number of rape cases have become a number and not a problem. Like
Yeah,
we see dozens of articles, every day, and you see like names being put off of the victims, but then probably the next day you flip the newspaper and there's a new news over there. Not that firm action is being taken. And
yeah,
then in schools, like I don't think we're educated enough about all, like sex education is very important. And
yeah,
that's something which is a very big stigma amongst like many schools, and they don't do it. So many teenage boys aren't like educated on what is wrong, which is important. And then from the society's outlook, obviously, it's like they're they're justifying it. They're like the girl was wearing a short dress, or she was walking alone at night. So when the society starts justifying rape, that's when it starts become less of an issue and more of a number. And
yeah,
then that much pressure isn't being put, like this is wrong, and like firm actions need to be taken against it. So unless the society stands with the girl
yeah.
who is being raped and not with the rapist, saying that, well, she went out in the middle of the night wearing a short dress. What was she expecting? Like this is completely wrong, and that's when it becomes that's the severity of the problem lies there. Stand with the girl.
Yeah, absolutely. Wonderfully said, Tanmay. Thank you so much for your inputs, and I'm sure people are watching you and wondering, wow, what beautiful thoughts out of a young teenager. Yes, Tanmay?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Tanmay, now as you grow up, I'm sure you'll get into corporates, you'll start working. And
Mhm.
when you enter corporate sectors, I'm sure, you are now, for example, Tanmay is like talented, Tanmay puts in effort, Tanmay works hard, and Tanmay is doing her level best. But at the same time, there's another person with you of the opposite gender. Yes, putting
Mhm.
in less effort, less time, and less energy, and not much of smart work. But gender bias, there's a gender bias. He's being paid more than Tanmay. Yes. So, how
Yeah.
would you like to stick on to such a job, or how will you handle that situation? Go and talk to your boss. Go and how will you handle the entire situation of this gender bias when you know that your productivity is much more than the other person out there? So, how will you handle this gender bias?
I'm sure most of the viewers watching here who are female have some point or the other in their life gone through this, whether it's in academics or in like a corporate job. The thing is that when if I would personally be put in such a situation, I would not like to continue working there. But also, it's important I'd probably raise my voice about it, because I'm a person who believes that typing stuff up or putting it in the social media isn't the only way or the way to go when you want action to be taken. You need
Yes.
to work towards it. So I'd probably like go to the higher management and pull out some statistics on how my work is more important and fight for my, like, what I deserve, because that's what's important. I don't think that just sitting there in a corner wallowing that, oh wait, I'm doing more work, why am I not getting the promotion, or why I'm not doing this. I think the main reason is you're not speaking up. I would
Yeah.
definitely try to take some sort of action against it.
Yeah, Tanmay, we see many girls into feminism today. Okay,
Hmm.
they talk so much about being feminist and write blogs and blogs and blogs, but still, but when it comes to action, taking some action, they don't opt for that. So, what kind of fear is that?
Um, so there are two things. The first is that these days, because of pseudo feminism, that is a mentality which has been created that women should overrule men. So that's being passed around. But
Yeah.
what feminism actually is equality. So if you're a feminist and you see, let's just say the roles were reversed, you're less productive and there's a guy out there being paid less, then a feminist would actually go there and try to, say that he's being paid less than me, he should be paid equally. So that's
Yeah,
what feminism is. But right now,
absolutely
because
beautiful,
of
beautiful.
how it's being perceived by people, they just choose not to, because right now, since it's been viewed in a very negative light,
Negative light.
so people don't even want to associate with the term feminism. And the second thing is that it's a topic that's not really taken in well by the previous generation. They're like, there's like this thing amongst many people that the male is still the backbone of the family, he's the breadwinner, and the woman is just there. So like the woman is the homemaker, but we've reached a point where it's all equal. But women who have been brought up in a more conservative household, they, like, when you're behind a screen typing, you just have, like, nobody knows it's you, so they make their voice heard. But then it's obviously hard to come up when it's your,
Yeah.
the society you're from, the family, your family's opinions. So obviously it's hard for
Yes.
everyone to come up, but it's important that they do.
Yeah, yes, absolutely. Well defined, Tanmay. I really wanted to know about this feminism because there are many who get into it, but the way they perceive this feminism is absolutely wrong. Most of them, like most of the females, right?
Yes.
So that we need to define that, the clear definition. And what's your
Yes.
opinion on LGBT? In case you are working or and you have a colleague who is from the LGBT community, so how will you treat that person or how will you look up to that person?
At the end of the day, they're a person. Their sexuality isn't anyone's business. I think everyone, without, no matter what gender or sexuality they are, deserve respect. So if I'm working with a person, then I'm very intrigued about their community. So I try to talk to them about it, and then just in general treat them with a lot of respect. And I don't know, I treat them the way I treat everyone else.
Absolutely good, great. Tanmay, what do your parents do, Tanmay? Mom and dad, are they working or at home?
Yes, both my parents work. My
Yeah.
dad is a country sales manager,
Hmm.
and my mom works for HSA Group.
Okay, beautiful. And you are the only daughter?
No, I have a brother.
Brother, okay. How old is he?
My brother is 13.
13. Okay, good. Both of you in teens, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, lovely family, Tanmay, I'm sure. And it reflects the way you are, the way you talk, your thought process, your views, your opinions matters a lot. And that completely reflects on the way you have been raised by your parents.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Yeah, hats off to your mom and dad, really. I think so. The kind of vision that you have, the broader prospect, you look at the broader prospect of life, which is very important for teenagers today. Yes, because we interview so many teenagers, we speak to so many. This is the main objective of our teen talk show. That, because most of them have a very bad opinion about teenagers today. They think that they generalize all teenagers. They say, like, my God, all teenagers are bad, teenagers today do this, teenagers today do that. When we were young, we weren't like this, we weren't. So and all the time I keep hearing such stories. But
Yes.
after listening to you all, we have conducted so many teen talk shows, and I have come across such wonderful teenagers, like, with such broad perspectives, mindset. Really hats off to you and to your parents also, who raise you up in such beautiful a way. I really wish all children have such wonderful parents. Yes, Tanmay.
Yes, honestly, I'm very thankful to both my parents. We have, like, me and my dad especially, we debate all the time. So even though we have like a different view on a lot of things, we just talk it out. We have like debates, so it's a very open atmosphere, which I think is very important in every household. So
Yes.
people are firmer about their opinions, and they talk about it, which is very important.
Yeah, how much quality time do you spend with your parents every day? Like, just sitting and talking? It's just weekends, or it happens every day, like over dinner? How is that you spend quality time with your parents?
um Quality time, right now I'm in 10th, so I spend most of the time in my room, either studying or like I'm too tired to even walk out. But then I do make it a point to come out, and then like we just talk about our days and how it went, and then we have dinner together. So those things are like, it's a must. We spend at least around an hour or 2 hours just talking in our family. And then there are a few shows which we watch like on weekends. So like that's, or we like watching movies. So those are the times where we could just like sit back, relax, and just talk.
Okay. And your relatives, where are your grandparents, your relatives, and all of them? Family? The
All
extended
my
family.
relatives are in India. They
Okay.
all live in Bangalore. My
Okay.
my mom's side parents actually live on the border, like between Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
And my dad's side grandparents live with my uncle and aunt.
Yeah. How often do you connect with them?
We call them at least once or twice a week,
Okay.
both of them, both the sides. So yeah, we're like pretty close with everyone. We have like, we keep in touch.
Yeah.
I
How
talk.
frequently you come down to India to meet your grandparents?
Um, every 2 years once, because
Okay.
like they visited us a year, so either they fly in here or we fly back to India.
Okay. Okay. How has this pandemic treated you past 5 months? what is what were you doing all these 5 6 months without meeting your friends and all those things? How was it?
Honestly, it's been crazy. I haven't met a lot of my friends. My best friend lives right in the next building, so we make it a point to meet.
Yeah.
But she lives right in the next building, so it's like not that far. We still maintain all the protocols. I wear a mask, I wear my gloves. So for like a 2 minute walk, I get like completely sanitized and I go. And
Okay.
while coming back, we're actually watching the match together today, the
Okay.
Mumbai Indians versus RCB match.
Okay.
So I'm very grateful that I have my best friend living right next to me. A lot of my friends and me stay in contact either through like messages or calls, or we're on video calls. So, and we have e-learning right now. So that's the biggest change the pandemic
Yeah.
has gotten. But apart
Does
from that,
it cause
everything's running
stress? Does
smoothly.
this online classes, continuous classes, cause stress to you? Cause stress to teenagers?
Um, it depends on how you're taking it. For me, it like a few subjects are running like really smoothly. and a few subjects I just have to spend a little more time on, which I get. We're online, and this is a
Yeah.
completely new system, even for teachers and students. And the major problem right now is I wear glasses. So sitting in front of the screen for
Oh,
so long can be a little straining.
yeah.
But apart from that, the first few months were obviously very hard, but it's getting better.
Yeah, beautiful. How do you think we can bridge the gap between parents and children? Many teenagers, they are very scared to talk to their parents. Some of them, I'm sure, not all families are like, they give the freedom for children to talk and express themselves. I know families where, like, very orthodox families, very
Yes.
conservative, and children do not even, they only respect, okay, fine, they are scared of their parents. How do you think we can bridge the gap, this generation gap, between parents and teenagers?
I think it's a two-way street. Both parents and the children should make a move, because unless the parents don't approach or don't choose to talk to their children, they will never be comfortable. Like, if there are a few things, if my parents wouldn't ask me, then I wouldn't tell them. Like, it's just
Yeah.
that if that environment isn't there, the only thing it's gonna end up in is a lot of secrets. So the same things are still going on, but then they're just happening in secret. And then it's just that if parents, I'm sorry, but I know that children also need to, but I think parents need to take that first step, because we are very scared. They're older than us.
Yes,
So
yes.
we're just kind of like, okay, so if they ask me about it, I will tell them. So it's just that if you feel really strongly about something they're doing, then please talk to them. Or if you're going through anything like bullying, like cyberbullying is very, very present right now during the
Yeah.
pandemic. So I think it's important that even at some point, if you don't think they're going to agree with you, still go and talk to them, because sometimes you don't know how they're going to react. So you need to, like, either one of them need to take the first step,
Yeah.
because communication is key.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, both the ways. I think even children should take a move, and even parents should be a little open to it and acceptable, and little come down to the level of their children, and
Hmm.
try to get into their shoes and understand what they'd empathize with them. That would surely help to bridge the gap between the parents and the students. And here we begin with your fast forward round, Tanmay. You
All right.
answered all the critical situations. You answered very well,
All
performed
right.
very well. Yeah,
Thank you so
good.
much.
Clap to you. Okay, and now, Tanmay, one embarrassing moment of your life.
All right. So we were having invigilation in class. Like, we had like invigilators from outside coming, and I had like a horrible habit of rocking my chair. And
Okay.
so in the middle of the class, everyone's really quiet, and I end up falling back, and the whole class is just staring at me because I suddenly have fallen, and the invigilator's sitting right behind me. So
Okay.
he sees me fall, and he's just like, "What's wrong with this child?" And then everyone just turns back to the teacher, and the lecture continues. And then the invigilators go back, and I'm like, "Okay, everything's done." But the entire class bursts out in laughter that they've been holding on for 15 minutes.
Okay.
I think that
Okay, fine. I can visualize it. Yeah. Okay. And who would you say is your best friend right now?
my best friend right now is Karishma Vadhwa. She lives right next door.
Okay.
And obviously, every member of my family, we're very close.
Okay. Very
So this is like, these are the people I could tell everything to.
Okay, fine. Do you know the story of your mom and dad, how they met?
They had an arranged marriage.
Okay.
They were engaged for 3 months and they got married. So they
Okay,
met through their parents.
okay, okay, fine. Next, and what do you opt for? Arranged marriage or love marriage? I can see you
Well,
blush. I can see you blush, a full smile, big smile.
we'll see when the time comes. I have nothing in mind. We'll see.
Any infatuations you encountered, Tanmay?
Not really.
Yeah, is this a genuine answer?
This is a genuine answer.
Okay. Okay, your smile says it all. Okay. Is there anything that you wish to learn at this age? That you something which you don't know and you want to learn right now?
Um, I'm pretty sure I have a lot to learn right now. I'm just
Any
15.
one thing which you are very crazy, you feel that
But
yes, I should be learning.
but right now, I somehow have gotten like interested in Spanish. I have no idea where that came from. I've read a few books where the main character either spoke Spanish and I didn't understand it, and then I watched a few TV series which were in Spanish, and I was like, it's a very beautiful language. So I started like learning it a bit online. I've downloaded an app for it. So
Okay.
I think that's something I'm interested in learning about. And the second thing which I'm like very caught up in is there's this channel which I came across which talks about dissociative identity disorder. So um it's a very intriguing thing, honestly. It's about how your mind splits
Yes,
up
please.
during
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
trauma. So
Yeah.
it's something I'm very interested in learning about.
Okay, fine. Any one bad habit that you wish to give off right now?
Biting my nails
Oh, okay.
and procrastinating.
Okay. So you can give it off, right? Yes.
Yeah, I'm working towards it.
Okay. And is bullying a big problem at school?
Yeah. Honestly, I've faced it like before, and it's very traumatic. It takes you to like a very weird place. So bullying is very real. It's not something teenagers make up to get out of situations. It's
Yeah.
not true. And bullying is usually a huge problem, and it's passed off as a joke. So
Yeah. Very, very true.
that's
Very
the biggest problem. Like people take someone's insecurities and they make it a joke.
joke. Yes.
So like
Absolutely.
they don't even realize the kind of impact it has on people. It's just mortifying.
No, absolutely. Well, very well said. That
Uh-huh.
insecurities, you take off insecurity, and it's all also another point that the stronger ones try to always overrule the weaker ones. They try to catch the weaker ones. Yes, is it so?
Honestly, I think bullies are mentally weak and they try to
Yeah,
project it on others.
others,
That's their
absolutely.
escape.
Yeah.
And it's something that people do and they just need to stop. There's no justifying bullying anymore.
Yes, right. Great, Tanmay. Excellent. And you're very fast forward round. Wow, you have your answers on your fingertips, huh? Tuck, 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 Tanmay answers. Very nice. Nice, really, that you are on our show. Really proud to have you on our show, Tanmay.
I'm very happy to be over here.
Yeah,
Thank you so
Tanmay,
much.
now, important question. If you were the brand ambassador of India,
Mm-hmm.
okay, to Dubai, what is the message that you would like to convey to the people of Dubai about India?
Um, about India, I try to convey that it's a very culturally diverse nation because when foreign foreigners look at India, they just they just look at Hindi. Like they
Yeah.
expect everyone to speak one language. But India is so diverse. We have so many languages, we have so many cultures. So I think the major selling point for India it is that it has a lot to offer. Like and I mean we have a lot of resources as well. So India is just something we have a lot to offer culturally, and we have I think the highest number of engineers out there. We're very intellectual people.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
yeah, that's the biggest selling point from India. You have good culture and good people.
Yeah. Great, great, Tanmay. Good. And Tanmay, what's your message to all your teenage friends, those who are watching you in India as well as in Dubai? What's your message to all of them?
My message to every teenager out there is to trust the process. We are a very, very impatient generation. We want quick results and we just want everything to be done like that.
Yeah.
But right now, I think that when you're not getting your results, calm down, slow down, and stick on to your dreams. They will come true.
So beautiful. That was one of the most beautiful message to the teenagers. Absolutely. And to adults like us, what's your message?
To the adults, generation gap is real, and it's true that we have very varying opinions to you people, but just because we don't agree with your opinions doesn't mean that we don't respect you and your opinions,
Great.
and we expect you to do the same.
Yes. You have such valid points. Huh? I'm so really, I'm dumbstruck to hear you coming out such beautiful points, Tanmay. That was really wonderful, Tanmay. Great opinion, and your perspectives are set right. So proud of you, Tanmay, and so proud
Thank
to
you.
have you on our show today. I hope you enjoyed being on our show, Tanmay.
It was lovely. You're a very nice person. I enjoyed talking to you a lot.
Yeah, thank you, Tanmay. Please do convey our regards on behalf of ACE Academy to your lovely family. Yes, or your
I
mom and
will.
dad. And what is that one principle that your mom and dad have given to you that you wish to carry it on for generations?
I think being true to yourself, it's something that if you think what you're doing is right, stick to it. Like, I've never actually been pressured into doing something which I don't like, and I don't think I ever will be. So I think that's something I will always carry on with me. Stick true to yourself, stick to your opinions, no matter what.
Yeah, beautiful. With this beautiful message of Tanmay, dear viewers, we take off, we take your leave. Thank you so much for being with us. See you again. Thanks once again from ACE Academy. Thank you, Tanmay, for being with us.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.